What's up, guys? Welcome back to some more Marvel Contest of Champions. And yesterday, Kabam announced that they're going to be making some changes to the featured 5-star crystal. Now that they will be getting caught up with the pool in February. February 7th, depending on your time zone, is when the basic 5-star champions will be caught up with the premium hero crystals. So basically, on the 6/7th, after maintenance, they will be adding Doc Ock, Kingpin, Medusa, Mephisto, and Morningstar. So after that point, like Blade, when Blade is added to the Premier Hero Crystal on the 13th, they are going to also add them to the basic 5-star crystal. They will still be doing a Blade feature crystal, just because they said they know a lot of people have been saving up for that crystal on February 22nd. But yeah, myself included, I'm hoping to have 10 chances by then. Hopefully I can pull them at least one time out of 10, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, so looking at the new crystal, they are going to have 6 featured champions in there. So I would say the last 6 featured champions, but I'll get over that. I'll get to that in a second. But they're going to have 6 featured champions and then 18 basic champions. And at first, looking at the pool of the basic champions, I wasn't really impressed with this crystal. I was like, oh man, it's going to suck. But I mean, I get why they didn't add just all God tier and amazing tier champions, because then it's like, what's the point of going for the basic crystal? Everybody would just be going for the feature crystal. And aside from that, as you see right here in that area, it says that every 3 months they're going to change up the champions in here. So they're going to completely change all 18 of the basic champions, as well as obviously the 6 featured champions. So it's going to be the next 6 featured champions after that. So coming down a little bit, it says that there's always going to be a 2-week minimum before a champion is added to the 5-star featured crystal. So that's where my first concern comes. That being, all right, so Century ran started on the 4th, right? So then on the 18th, we're expecting to get Void. It's not 100%, but that's what we're expecting. So this crystal, it says that these changes are going to come on February 13th, which is a Tuesday. So I don't know if they're actually going to drop this crystal on a Tuesday, or if they're going to keep it in line and run it on a Thursday, which would be February 15th. So let's go with February 15th. There is a 4-week. There's 4 weeks between the January 18th and February 15th. So if there are 2 champions that come out at that time, those champions are not going to be in this featured crystal. Those champions are actually going to be in the crystal after that. So that means that there's going to be at least a 4-week break minimum between them being added as a featured champion in the game and added to the 5-star featured crystal. Unless my math is off, let me know if it is. But when I was looking at this, that's what I saw, is that there's going to be 2 champs released and prior to this, and those 2 champs are not going to be in this crystal. So what I think that they should do is just keep it how it is right now. So with the sub featured, so have your featured champion, and as well as the last 5 champions after that, and then after a new champ is added. So let's say that the next champ after Void is Gladiator Hulk. I think once Gladiator Hulk is a featured champion, he should be added to this crystal, and then they should drop off was it Thor Ragnarok. So drop Thor Ragnarok from this crystal. So keep it at 24 champions in this crystal, but keep it rotating every 2 weeks as far as the featured, and then every 3 months, 12 weeks, then they can rotate the actual basic champions in this game. So let's go to who the basics are. And like I said, when I first looked at these basic champions, I wasn't impressed, but then I thought about it, and I was, like I said, if they're all, you know, God to amazing tier champions, then everybody would be going for these crystals. So like you got Beast, Storm, Cable, those are okay champions. Cyclops, I'm not sure why they say that he does well. Maybe in the lower tiers he does well, but yeah, I can't imagine that he does too well offensively. Unless maybe Alliance Quest. Maybe they're talking about Alliance Quest because he can crit through blocks if he's awakened, I'm guessing. But yeah, looking at the list, the best champion in here, in my opinion, is Doc Ock. So if I missed one of the featured champions that I was going forward, then I would definitely want Doc Ock. And aside from that, Hawkeye, because he, I mean, low prestige, but he hasn't been updated in a while. But yes, the power control from the L1 is very, very useful, and then also the bleed on top of that. And if you have a high signature level, the hemorrhage, you know, that goes along with it. Alright, so if you're wondering why they're still running the Blade featured crystal on February 2nd and not like the rest of them, like Thor, Hela, Taskmaster, MODOK, well, that is because on February 8th they're going to have the Morningstar crystal, and so that'll be your second chance at her. And then February 13th or 15th, whichever day this new crystal drops, they're going to have Thor, Hela, Taskmaster, MODOK, Sentry, and Void in these crystals. So that leaves out Blade. So if you're saving up for a second chance at Blade, there's no way that you can have a second chance at him in a featured crystal. You'd have to go for him in the basic. So they're treating this crystal as your second chance at those other 6 champions. And then from that point on, you're only going to have one shot, but you're going to have 12 weeks to do it. What I think they should, at least at the bare minimum, actually do is remove Thor and Hela from these crystals and keep their featured crystals, or move their featured crystal schedule up. So if they kept the schedule, then it'll be March 8th for Thor and March 22nd for Hela, or they can move it up, put it alongside with Blade, put it back to back, like week after week for as opposed to Blade. And then whichever champs come out February 1st and February 15th, add those featured champions to this crystal. And then every 12 weeks, rotate all the champions in there. That's what I think they should do at the bare minimum. Like I said, what I think they should actually do is every 2 weeks, put in the newest featured champion to keep in line with the featured champion being released into the game, into the featured Grandmaster Crystal and regular featured Crystal. So every 2 weeks, add whatever champion gets added. They should add them to the 5-star crystal and remove the oldest champion in there. So so like Thor, Hela, Taskmaster, remove whichever is the oldest champion and put in the newest champion. That's what I think they should, in all fairness, do when they make this new crystal. And then every 12 weeks, rotate the basic pool. So those other 18 champions, every 12 weeks, put completely different 18 champions in there. But yeah, that's my opinion on the matter. Like I said, overall, not a bad idea. Just there are some few issues that I have with it. So let me know what you guys think, if you're going to continue going for featured crystals, if you do so at the moment, or if you're going to switch and only go for basic crystals. Thank you guys for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.